What's up, world? Millionaire Mission. Milk-tastic. Milkman to Mr. Milk-tastic. Y'all know if you've been following, if you're watching, you know, going through a breakup and just had a baby. At 40 years old, first baby. And it got me feeling crazy because like I should be real happy. And I am happy that I have a child. If it's my child, I believe it's my child. I'm happy. But your breakup is just not a good time for all that to be happening. It's like kind of messing up the happiness. Okay, I ain't coming on here for no sad, depressed shit. Like I said, we're gonna try to keep the energy positive. You know what I'm saying? So we back, Millionaire Mission, day 3. Y'all ain't getting too much on day 2 because I basically was just driving. I mean, I did, I stopped and shower, but I ain't want to bring y'all with me on that. Like, next time I'll show y'all that. But yeah, let's get this workout in. I didn't work out yesterday because I was just driving, and my arms and my chest and my legs and everything is sore from working out for those 2 days. So this is going to be the 3rd day we back on it. And you can't stop working out when everything start hurting. That's when you got to keep going, because that means, hey, you're doing something that's effective. Your body is feeling it. So we're going to keep on working out. We ain't going to stop working out. Yeah, you leave that heat blowing, mess around, come back in the leave that heat blowing, mess around, come back in the truck. Yeah, things will be messed up. So I'm trying to figure out y'all right. Y'all ain't gonna get slammed down on the ground. Okay. She good. Yeah, she good, right? And today we thank God for waking us up this morning. Don't forget that off top. Thank God off the ripper for waking us up this morning. We appreciate the life that we have. We will rejoice and be glad in it, because this is the day that the Lord has made, and He saw fit to wake us up. Every day you blessed when you wake up. You can see, you can talk. You got an opportunity to change a situation, even if it's a bad situation. And if you're in a good situation, make sure you stacking up something and investing in something that's gonna keep you there. Israel urged to obey God's law. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4. Now, O Israel, listen to the statutes and the judgments which I am teaching you to perform, so that you may live in, go in, and take possession of the land which the Lord, the God of your father, is giving you. You shall not add to the words which I am commanding you, nor take away from it, that you may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I am commanding you. Your eyes have seen what the Lord has done in the case of Baal-peor. For all the men who follow Baal-peor, the Lord your God has destroyed them from among you. But you who held fast to the Lord your God are alive today, every one of you. See, I have taught you statutes and judgments, just as the Lord my God commanded me, that you should do thus in the land where you are entering to possess it. So keep and do them. For that is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the people who will hear all of these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what great nation is there that has a God so near to it as the Lord our God whenever we call on him? Or whatever great nation is there that has statutes and judgments as righteous as this whole law which I am setting before you today? Only give heed to yourself and keep your soul diligently, so that you do not forget the things which your eyes have seen, and they do not depart from your heart all the days of your life, but make them known to your sons and your grandsons. Remember the day you stood before the Lord your God at Horeb, when the Lord said to me, assemble the people to me, that I may let them hear my words, so they may learn to fear me all the days they live on earth, and that they may teach their children. You came near and stood at the foot of the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire to the very heart of the heavens, darkness, clouds, and thick gloom. Then the Lord spoke to you from the midst of the fire. You heard the sound of words, but you saw no form, only a voice. So he declared to you his covenant which he commanded you to perform, that is, the 10 commandments, and he wrote them on 2 tablets of stone. The Lord commanded me at that time to teach you the statutes and judgments that you might perform them in the land where you are going over to possess it. So watch yourselves carefully, since you did not see any form on the day the Lord spoke to you at Horeb from the midst of the fire, so that you do not act corruptly and make a graven image for yourselves in the form of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any animal that is on earth, the likeness of any winged bird that flies in the sky, the likeness of anything that creeps on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the water below the earth. And beware not to lift up your eyes to heaven and see the sun and the moon and the stars, all the hosts of heaven, and be drawn away and worship them and serve them, those which the Lord your God has allotted to all the people under the whole heaven. But the Lord has taken you and brought you out of the iron furnace from Egypt, to be a people for his own possession as today. Now the Lord was angry with me on your account, and swore that I would not cross the Jordan, that I would not enter the good land which the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance. For I would die in this land. I shall not cross the Jordan, but you shall cross and take possession of this good land. So watch for yourselves. I think that boy was salty about that, but yeah, he was hot. Moses was hot about that, because you're like, dang, I can't even go to the promised land. I've been with these fools all this time, man. I told them I didn't even want to do this, God. Nah, I can't go to the promised land, but I think Moses was a little salty about that one. You probably would be too. You've been walking around 40 years with these dudes, now you can't even go see it. Oh, man. So watch yourselves. This is verse 25. So watch yourselves that you do not forget the covenant of the Lord your God, which he made with you, and make for yourselves a graven image in the form of anything against which the Lord your God has commanded you. For the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. When you become the father of children and children's children, and have remained long in the land, and act corruptly, and make an idol in the form of anything, and do that which is evil in the sight of the Lord your God, so as to provoke him to anger, I call heaven and earth to witness against you today, that you will surely perish quickly from the land where you are going over the Jordan to possess it. You shall not live long on it, but will be utterly destroyed. The Lord will scatter you among the peoples, and you will be left few in numbers among the nations where the Lord drives you. There you will serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear, nor eat or smell. But from there you will seek the Lord your God, and you will find him if you search for him with all your heart and with all your soul. When you are in distress and all these things have come upon you in the latter days, you will return to the Lord your God and listen to his voice. For the Lord your God is a compassionate God. He will not fail you nor destroy you, nor forget the covenant with your father which he swore to them.
Say a command.
Indeed, ask now concerning the former days which were before you. Since the day that God created man on earth and inquired from one end of the heavens to the other, has anything been done like this great thing? Or has anything been heard like it? Has any people heard the voice of God speaking from the midst of the fire as you have heard it and survived? Or has a God tried to take for himself a nation from within another nation by trials, by signs and by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand, and by an outstretched arm, and by great terrors, as the Lord your God did for you in Egypt before your eyes? To you it was shown that you might know the Lord, that the Lord, he is God. There is no other besides him. Out of heaven he let you hear his voice to discipline you. And on earth he let you see his great fire, and you heard his word from the midst of the fire. Because he loved your fathers, therefore he chose their descendants after them. And he personally brought you from Egypt by his great power, driving them out from before you, nations greater and mightier than you, to bring you in and to give you their land and inheritance as it is today. Know therefore today, and take it to your heart, that the Lord, he is God in heaven above and on earth below. There is no other. So you shall keep his statutes and his commandments, which I am giving you today, that it may go well with you and with your children after you, and that you may live long on the land which the Lord your God is giving you for all the time. Then Moses set apart 3 cities across the Jordan to the east, that a manslayer might flee there who unintentionally slew his neighbor without having enmity toward him in the time past, and by fleeing to one of these cities he might live. There's in the wilderness of Plateau for the Reubenites, and the Ramoth in Gilead for the Gadonites, and the Golan in Bashan for the Manassites. Now this is the law which Moses set before the sons of Israel. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the ordinances which Moses spoke to the sons of Israel when they came out from Egypt, across the Jordan in the valley opposite Beth-peor, in the land of Sihon, king of Amorites, who lived at Heshbon, who Moses and the sons of Israel defeated when they came out from Egypt. They took possession of his land and the land of Og, king of Bashan. The two kings of Amorites who were across the Jordan to the east from Orah, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, even as far as Mount Sion, that is Hermon, with all the Arabia across the Jordan to the east, even as far as the Sea of Arabia, at the foot of the slopes of Pisgah. So, you know what? I was just 11 minutes in. Yeah, we'll read that on another part of the day. That was chapter 4. We're going to go into chapter 5 later today, probably on another part. But for now, early in the morning, time almost back. My muscle's still sore. Well, we finna go ahead and get it though, man. My muscle's still sore, but we're going to go ahead and get it though. Yeah, because we trying to do this every day. We ain't trying to do it 2 times out the week, 3 times out the week. Trying to get back like how I was in prison. Work out every day when you're locked up in prison. You got to find some time to work out while you're free. And see, it's it's cold out here. It's like it want to snow again or something. It's cold out here right now. It's real cold out here. But like I said, you gotta get this workout in, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna get this workout in. We don't care nothing about none of that. Oh yeah, DM me to order your Millionaire Mission shirt too. And since my arms is burning the most, that's what we're gonna start at with the push-ups, because my arms is really burning. So that must mean these push-ups really be kicking in. They have my arm burning like that. Oh, it's cold. I need a jacket. All right, we back. Just like that. We back. Let's get it.
Oh. Father. Let's get it. Let's get it. Woo. Yes, sir. Damn. Ooh. I tell y'all, that work I just whooped my ass. And everything tight as far as the muscle go. So I had to break down to 25 push-ups, 10, 10, and 5. First I was just doing 25 straight. My muscle so I had to break it down though. Whew. So, no matter how tired you get, just try to keep your foot on the gas. I got a hole in my mouth. That's what it is though. Millionaire Mission. Trying to just stay positive. We're gonna stay positive. Shout out to all y'all that subscribed. I appreciate it. Don't forget, once I make it to a couple million, if you subscribed early, I ain't gonna even say if you subscribe early, cause it should be like 1 million subscribers. It's gonna have to be something different. You gotta shop with me, you gotta buy some product or something. If you buy some product from me now, before I get big, buy some product from me now. When I get big, make sure once you get your product, you take a picture, send it to me, post it on your page, tag the clothing brand Millionaire Mission in it. And when I get these millions, you can come on my page on my latest post and say, hey, I supported you. I got a business plan, check your DM. And in my DM should be a picture with you with the product. And if you do that, once I get to a couple million, depending on how much investment capital you need, we'll get a business started for you. And you'll just pay me residuals. Because I'm going to do all the upfront, costs. And I'm going to have some ownership in it because it's all my money going into it. But that's why I said, you're just going to give me a percentage, like 5%, 10%, for buying the building, buying the equipment. I ain't going to do nothing to work, though. I'm just collecting the money. It's a Millionaire Mission, baby. Now tap in.